Y'all, why are we back in the building? Why are we back in the mother freaking building? Okay. Y'all, I thought I was done for the day. And, that's the crazy thing about like working in news and doing commentary in this way is that you never really know when the news is going to pop and somebody's going to drop some type of exclusive. And so we got some exclusives today. Hopefully you guys can see and hear me clearly for those of you guys that are in the room. And we always gotta, of course, wait for YouTube to let the people know that we're back in the building. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me and see me clearly. I just want to get a little bit of feedback on that before we dive into everything that we got to discuss today. You know what I'm saying? Before we get it all the way into the tea, I got to make sure you guys can see exactly what's going on before we dive in. All right. Okay, cool. Y'all said all good. All good. Yes, 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 yes. All right, cool, 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 cool. Yes, please, please, please let them know. Y'all, please like the video. Let's get the algorithm doing what it can. I appreciate that. Make sure you guys like the video. Just it's free to tap the like button. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all so much for the feedback. All right, cool, 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 cool. Just a little bit of, like I said, we always got to do our due diligence. Whenever I got something to promote, y'all know I got to go hard in the paint with it. Monique Samuels and I will be hosting a live podcast experience. Come out with us. Come celebrate with us at the Bethesda Theater. Listen, if you're in DC, go ahead and get your ticket. Tell a friend and bring a friend and do all the things. Make sure you guys come out and celebrate with us. This is going to be a brunch ponderosa. It's a live event. We are talking about life after. I can't wait to share with you guys how we came together. This actually all came together last week. So it was total alignment. And I just, you guys know, whenever Monique and I work together, it's always, we are just always on a similar path. And we're going to be able to celebrate that with our first guests, Jamie and Arena Tyler. And we have Alfred and Sherelle Duncan, both from Love and Marriage DC. And you can also listen to Sherelle Duncan daily on WPGC in the mornings here in the DMV area. So y'all go ahead and get your tickets. We will have a DJ. There will be brunch, food, bites, and all that good stuff. All right. So listen, let's dive into the tea. And the link to purchase the tickets is in the description of this video right now. So just click the link in the description. Okay. And shout out to the Bethesda Theater for trusting us with this event, y'all. I can't wait. Oh my God, I can't wait. Okay, so let's talk about what we're gonna like in this video. We're gonna be going over just some things for your holiday viewing. Okay, I want to discuss a couple of things for your holiday viewing. Now, again, I thought we was done earlier, but I was like, I kept getting notifications. I got a notification about this new video from Mariah that just dropped, and I got a notification about Carlos King's exclusive interview with Stacy Rush, who he has named reality TV star of 2025. I'm not mad at it, but we're going to talk a little bit about what Stacy had to say. All right, so let's get into the first thing I want to talk to you guys about. I don't know if you guys know that Drew Sidora had a new single out. Did y'all know? In addition to the wigs and things that she has with Portia, y'all know she's got the collaboration with Portia Williams, right? For those of you guys that don't know, I'm gonna see if I can go pull that up. Portia is on. Listen, Portia's on a grind. I'm not really mad at it. Her, Cynthia, and who else is it? And Drew. They got the wigs all under the Go Naked Hair brand. Okay. So they got the different color variations going on and all that kind of stuff like that. So y'all can go out and support Portia and then Wigs with Cynthia and Drew getting their own signature wig styles and colors. I think that's great and fabulous. But what I really wanted to talk to y'all about was this new single by Drew. Now, y'all know when Drew came out with her album, I told y'all the album was doing the thing. The album did what, in my opinion, it did what it needed to do. And I think what she did on her album was she serviced my needs. Okay. And I'm going to be selfish for a minute. She serviced my needs. What are my needs? You might ask. Well, my needs are this. I know that Drew is kind of into the R&B of it all. And I know y'all like a lot of R&B, and the kids these days, they love emo R&B. Okay. The kids, they love it. They love, and you know what the kids love these days that I notice, y'all? The kids love emotional R&B, but they're going to, and it's going to be a very slow tempo, but they're going to dance up a storm like they were dancing to Lose My Breath. Okay. The song is going to be slow AF, but they're going to dance they're going to dance a jig to these songs. So she had that type of music on there. And then she has some up tempos for me. Okay. Those up tempos, I'm here to let y'all know those up tempo songs that Drew put on her album, they were specifically for me. Yes, indeed. No, she did not call me. No, Dennis did not call me. In fact, Dennis has blocked me for whatever reason. I don't know why. But anyway, they made them for me. They had a little Afro beats in there. I just felt like she did what I needed. And so as a result, I supported, right? Yeah, that's how they be dancing. Like they be going off to the music be so slow. And I'd be like, oh my God, this music just make you want to just go to sleep. Right. I mean, and y'all know the artists. I ain't gonna even knock the artists, but y'all know who they are. They all and a lot of them sound exactly alike. Okay. All right. If you some of them artists, you could play the album from start to finish and swear for God you was listening to the same song. Swear for God. Okay. Now, this particular song, it needs to be heard to believed. Okay. It needs to be heard to be believed. Now, what they did to this song, first of all, when I heard this song, I was like, who is that? I ain't gonna lie. Drew, I ain't gonna lie. I said, who is this woman singing the song? But y'all know what? That's Drew's voice. Allegedly, right? And Drew, please don't take offense to this, but I gotta be honest with you. I did not know that was you. I didn't. I'm pulling a Porsche right now. I don't know if that's true or not. What I do know is it's a banger. Okay. I plays this song. I have played it so many times since I heard it. You know what it is? It's an earworm. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those songs that it's a bop and it's a groove. And I don't even know if does it have any verses? I think it might have a verse. All I know is it's got an undeniable hook. Okay. So what they have done is they have clearly tuned her vocals up, right? They done tuned them. Now, here's the thing, not because she needs the tuning. I'm assuming it's a sound that they were going for. And it is a very youthful sound. And I'm really not mad at it. It ain't the type of song where you're going to be like, sang Drew. You're not going to be like that. It's the type of song that's going to come on the radio, that they would play it on the radio. And I feel like they would play this song on multiple stations. It would be a multi-format song. So it would sound good on the pop radio, and it would sound good on the R&B urban, hits, you know what I'm saying, type charts as well. Like, I mean, if they give it that type of push. But y'all go listen to it and y'all let me know what you think. And don't judge it by the first listen. Listen to it in the car. When I used to DJ, I used to also kind of make some music on the side as well. And I'm going to tell you, the best way to hear a song, even I'm going to tell you, like, I feel like producers will tell you this. Anybody that's worked in the music industry will tell you this. The best way to hear a song is in the radio, in your car. It ain't got to be on the radio, but it's in your car. That's the best way to hear any music. I don't care what kind of speakers you got in your house. I don't care. The car is the true test because honestly, that's where most people tend to listen to their music at. It's in the car. At least that's how it had been, in years past. So I just wanted to put y'all on game with that. A little bit of holiday listening. It ain't no holiday song, but give you something to vibe to. Wow. Yeah, I mean, the words might be a little difficult to understand. All I can understand is batter. And that's all I need to know. Okay. She is batter. Okay. Look at her on the thing. Think about that when you listen to the song. That's my review, but don't take my word for it. Take Miss Saucy and MD, okay? She know, all right? She know. Adjust the yep. That's how you're gonna get that true audio sound. Let's jump into the tea of it all, baby. So Mariah Huq, for those of you guys that don't know, has a YouTube channel, right? And she is actually very active on social media. If you don't follow her on Instagram, I believe she's also on TikTok. I'm trying to get more into TikTok. I just got to be consistent with it. I haven't worked it into my own system, but we will get there. But in the meantime, go to Mariah's YouTube. The link for this video is going to be in the description of this particular video. So that video, click the link down below when I'm done. Okay, not now. All right. Mariah, you got to wait while I get the people to tea first and then they go watch. So it basically is a reaction video, and she is reacting to the actual sizzle from her pitch for Married to Medicine. And if you don't know, right? Mariah produced Married to, I mean, she created Married to Medicine. But the first iteration of it was called something else, but then she had settled on the Doctor's Wives Club. Okay. And the first iteration of the show focused on the doctors, but it was the doctors outside of the doctor's office. So outside of the white coat in their family environment. And what they found was that, and I'm gonna get to the tea about the cast because I know that's what y'all want to know. What they found was that the doctors were really, really buttoned up still, right? And it was the wives that ended up giving more of the want it good. It was the doctor's wives that were actually giving it. And she also found that the ladies who were also doctors also were giving more. So they ended up steering the title of the show to focus more on the doctor's wives and an actual doctor, right? And we'll get to which doctor that was. Because she had actually several iterations of the show for different networks. One iteration of the show we're going to talk about first, and then we'll talk about the second iteration of the show that she talked about. It does kind of sound like that. Yeah, it does. It does. So let's talk about the Doctor's Wives Club version. All right. So there's a young lady named Charlotta that was in the sizzle who got cut. Now, I don't think we ever saw this woman on camera, but she did not make the cut, unfortunately. And in this sizzle, she talks, I mean, I guess her bit of drama was talking about, like, apparently she had the lifestyle and all that good stuff like that. Mariah's not sure why she did not make it, but there's some drama in the sizzle with her, I guess, changing clothes outside, and maybe that was like some type of little faux pas or something like that. I'm telling you, Mariah will have you. It is Mariah's reactions for me. Mariah is over the top. I'm not gonna lie. But she is naturally over the top. Like you could tell, like this is just who she is. So there are some people that are over the top, and you're like, oh my god. I mean, I quit acting. But then there's Mariah style over the top, and she's living, breathing her over the topness, and that is actually what makes this so good, right? The whole thing is filled with Mariah isms. I mean, these are things that are unique to her, and I do agree she needs to be back on my television screen right now. But until then, I would like to think that we may be getting more of this based on how she ends this video. Okay. So justice for Charlotta, and may this woman may one day show back up on our screens in some way, shape, or form if she shows so chooses. Or unless she was absolutely boring, in which case sashay away. Okay, so then obviously there's Mariah herself, which Mariah gives herself plenty of props. I'm not mad at it because listen, the woman pitched, created and pitched a show that worked and is still on television to this day. She also gives props to Quad. I mean, the way she speaks about Miss Quad is as though, I mean, she speaks fondly about Miss Quad in a real way, but it's like the way a person speaks about a former friend that recognizes that they were friends. There was not a lot of shade towards Quad, except for when Quad says in the trailer that don't cross her because people will learn a lesson or something like that if they cross her. And Mariah is like, well, yeah, I mean, I know about that. So there's that. Okay. And we get some scenes. We actually do get like little clips of scenes. And this was a scene with, I'm assuming, Mariah sort of mediating a little bit of a discussion between Quad and Toya, who is also pregnant in this scene. And I think she says that while the show is in its this is the 12th season, I think. But the show, she pitched the show, I guess, like 17 years ago. So at least 3 to 4 years before the show ever came out. I mean, there was all of this, right? So for those of you guys who have ever thought about pitching a show, and maybe you have even wondered about how the development of a show takes place, it can sometimes take a couple of years for the show to be really developed and put on the air. I agree. I mean, Charlotta seemed interesting to me. I mean, I don't know why she did not make it. Okay. Also, I will say that Mariah gives a lot of props to Toya. She says that Toya is one of the people on the show who has not changed at all. Like Toya is who she is, good, bad, or indifferent. She has remained the same. And I think that we can pretty much say that about Toya for the most part, is that Toya is very much what I can say about Toya that I enjoy is that she tries to hold the cast accountable for being very authentic in their reactions. And what Toya is whether you agree with her or not, whether she is dead wrong or completely right, she lives that version of herself on television. And I think that is what makes Toya good television. So there is I don't think this is tea, but she talks about how Dr. Heavenly was in this first iteration, or one of the iterations that was pitched. And I think a lot of you may know the story, but Mariah tells us that, Dr. Heavenly did not make the first season. She went back and apparently she lost some weight and she did some things that she needed to do. And I'm using Mariah's words. These are the words, what she said to me, not what she said to me. She won't talking to me. Well, she was talking to me because I watched her, but she could be talking to you too. Anyway, this is what she told us. So she says that you will see Dr. Heavenly in the sizzle. So let me just say that. So Dr. Heavenly is in this sizzle show, like this initial pitch. So you will see that, and you will see scenes of all the entire group, like you can see them right here. So this was one iteration of the show, right? And I think she did several iterations for several different networks, and I can understand why she did that. And you can see them here. I will say this: Dr. Heavenly is still the Dr. Heavenly that you get on TV now. That Dr. Heavenly is still right here. Okay. That episode is, I mean, that Dr. Heavenly it has not changed. She is still Dr. Heavenly. All right. Um, which, it works for Dr. Heavenly, right? Um, Mariah does have a couple of things to say about Dr. Heavenly. But I'll leave that to Mariah to tell you when you watch it. Okay. Um, there's also a version that we see an initial sort of sizzle with Dr. Simone and Cecil. I don't know why I always want to say Dr. Cecil. I mean, he's not a doctor, so my apologies for that. It's just like rolling off my tongue for some reason. Um, but what's also interesting is that we did not get, she tells us that she had, I guess she probably had some sizzle of Carrie, you know, y'all remember Miss Carrie baby from season 1 as well. But what she also, the tea that she spills is this, that Dr. Jackie, they actually did not have a sizzle rule for her. Do you know why? Because she says Dr. Jackie, her words, not mine, was thotting and bopping around different different shows. And I don't think she meant thotting like in the way people talk about thotting right now. I think she just meant that Dr. Jackie was popping around from show to show to show to show to show to show to show, and there was enough footage out there of Dr. Jackie, I guess maybe doing the celebrity births and things like that, such that they didn't really need any footage of her in order to pitch her, and that Dr. Jackie was brought in by Dr. Simone, right? And so the way she reads Dr. Jackie is as such. It sounds to me like Mariah feels like Dr. Jackie really wants to be or start or stir the mess, but does not want to be labeled as in the mess. So when you hear Mariah talk about Dr. Jackie, it is definitely very much in a way that feels like I know who I see her for who she is, and I wish she would live in the truth of her actually wanting to start some drama. And what they do is they show the scene, and I've forgotten about the severity of this scene. I think I like Dr. Jackie on the show. When Dr. Jackie shows up, right? Sometimes I feel like she's able to just kind of coast by, and that part I don't like. But there were times when Dr. Jackie showed up and people didn't like it, right? So, like the time that she got into it with Buffy, there's a small clip of Dr. Jackie going, I mean, like about to turn that switch on Buffy. And I was like, I had forgot. I was like, oh, this is what they're talking about. I feel like if Dr. Jackie leaned into being just that versus maybe sort of portraying an image of like, serenity now, and just, uh, and I get it, right? She probably got judged a lot for being whatever she actually was at the time, but it would probably free her a little bit to just, if that is your actual persona, or if that is even it, because we all have shades and colors to ourselves. So if that's a side of you that exists, girl, show it, live in it. That's what I say. And I get it. She probably want to, maintain a good perceived bedside manner for future patients. But at the end of the day, girl, like, I mean, you in Atlanta, and not to say that the Atlanta people are fierce or vicious, but I would just have to say, I mean, from what we can see from the TV perspective, Atlanta can be known for people that they will get with you. So why would you not show the people that you can get with them and keep it real? That's what I say, you know? And again, that's why I feel like what makes Toya such compelling television, and even Dr. Heavenly good compelling television, and Dr. Simone compelling television, is because when they get hot, they get hot. Okay. And that's it. And they might have to apologize later, but I mean, that's what we watching for. We watching, I mean, like, get hot. Because here's the thing that I've learned, and even just doing reality TV myself for the one episode that I was on there, but I filmed it for 21 days. What you realize is this: the camera, it don't really lie, and the audience ain't stupid. So whether or not you show up on camera and you say, I'm going to be this version of myself, it is so much easier to just exist in the moment, and then you have to apologize for it later. Okay. Um, it's easier to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission to just be. So that's what I got to say. So definitely go watch that. I mean, I spent a little bit more time on this review than I thought I would, but it was worth it. Okay. It was worth it for me to dissect it, and it's worth it for you to go watch. All right. And it would be worth it, Mariah, for you to do more. And it sounds like she's got more footage to talk about by the end of the video if you watch it. So we got that to look forward to. Now, this to me is the meme of the moment. Okay.
Mm. 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 Mm-hmm. Mm.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
Lovely. Okay.
You.
Carlos and people, don't be mad at me for playing that. I could not help but play it. First of all, I watched the Mariah thing. I had a good lunch today. Okay. My lunchtime was lit today because I was watching the Mariah and I was watching this. Okay. So my lunchtime I was giddy with excitement. Let me tell you something. I knew when Carlos posted that he was going to do a reality TV star of 2025, I knew it was going to be Stacy. Like, he ain't tell me nothing about it, and I ain't asked nothing about it, but I just knew in my heart of hearts. I was like, who else could it be? I mean, yes, Angela had a great year, Angela Oakley, that is. But baby, Stacy came in like a wrecking ball with that finger and pointing and things like that. I actually might go back and watch that episode. I mean, listen, it was pure comedy gold. Her and Kay going at it. When I think about classic seasons of Housewives, but this season of Potomac is probably one of their best. It is one of their best seasons. There are so many episodes that I feel like, oh my God, I should actually go back and watch that. And I haven't felt like that about a show in a while. I felt like that about episode 1 of this last season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I could go back and watch that one several times. But this season of Potomac, there are a few episodes that I'm like, I want to go back and I want to enjoy those. That's how I used to go back and watch episodes of Beverly Hills, Atlanta back in the day, New York back in the day. So I just feel like this interview with Stacy, it was well timed. It was perfect timing. She's about to go to Africa. I just got back from Africa. I want to know where she's going. Okay. So let me give you a little bit of the tea about the interview in case you haven't seen it. And for those of you guys that have, we're just going to do a little bit of a recap. Okay. Again, and this is for your holiday viewing. For those of you guys who need a little something to watch tonight and a little bit tomorrow, and in preparation for the second half of Stranger Things season 2, I've given you something to listen to with Drew Sidora. I've given you something to be intrigued about with Mariah, and I'm definitely giving you some tea to clock and laugh about with this interview right here. Okay, so look. They dig into Stacy's past, obviously. I did not know she had grown up what's called a Jehovah's Witness, right? I guess that's what she was. So she talks about you being used to being different, and she talks about moving to Potomac, well, coming down and joining the cast, specifically leaving QVC to specifically join Potomac. With regards to her friendship with TJ, she says that she does not miss that friendship at all. She learned from it. You know, Stacy is just fun to watch to me. I think I told you guys last year that I knew I understood Stacy's persona because I've worked in the world of like hosting, and I've known people who present in the same way that Stacy does. And I think also her days at QVC have also sharpened her skills in terms of what she's able to do on the cuff and how she's able to so easily navigate the sometimes evolving and circuitous and treacherous waters that could be the world of reality TV, specifically Potomac, such that, to be honest with you, she really gives a lot of the OGs a run for their money, to be honest with you. I mean, she's able to literally at times run laps around Kay, Ashley, and Gizelle all at once and really frustrate them all to no end. But she does basically, she gives it to Gizelle and Robin. Okay. When she said non-existent Robin, I said, you know what? Robin always gets astray. You know, Robin always get when she said, "Why does Gizelle get away with everything?" Basically, she was saying this. And it wasn't, she didn't really hate on Gizelle. Let me be clear. This was a part of a conversation that went this way. She gives Gizelle her props as an OG of the show, as she's very respectful, but she's also very pointed. And there are so many hints of Kenya Moore in her responses to things, but they roll off her tongue very differently, right? There's something about her that reminds me of Kenya Moore, but again, in a slightly different way. And I think that we've probably all acknowledged that before in a previous, at a previous point, when we were recapping at some point last year. I think we talked about that. But oh my God, when and I'm gonna tell you about the Gizelle part in a minute. But baby, she sold that glass of water. I just love, for me, I love I really get into, y'all know I'm a nerd, number one. Okay. Y'all been around me long enough to know I'm a nerd. And yes, didn't she? I'm gonna get to that. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. She chewed her up, swallow her, spit her back on out. Let me say what I was gonna say, then I'm gonna get back to the Gizelle and Ashley and Robin. Okay, so I love somebody that has a very an exciting way of speaking on camera. That is just, it's invigorating to me, and I feel like I'm mentally stimulated watching her. But baby, let me tell you, when she talked about Gizelle was able to get away with basically, obviously, not showing her real relationship, doing a dating show, and then having an event to celebrate her business and her non-existent. When she said non-existent Robin, I said, "Oh God, justice for Robin." Poor thing. Robin was probably like, y'all ain't invite me back to that show, and I'm not gonna show up on that show, even if my business partner needs me." And I did say, for me, I kind of understood Robin, but I also want to say, at the end of the day, baby, this is about your business. Okay. And if that business is paying any of those bills, and now we know that Charlemagne the God got that $200 million contract, and they are under the Black Effect Network, girl, you need to be showing up to work that job, okay? Show up to work that job. All you got to do is sit there and talk trash, okay? Sit there and commentate about whatever y'all talk about. I don't listen to the podcast, and maybe I should, but at some point I will. But let me tell you something. If all you got to do is show up to work and just sit there and talk, show up and sit there and talk unless you're hoarse, right? Show up. I'll show up at that event. Yeah, it's gonna equal more downloads to the show. I'll be there. Okay, I'll be there. I'm getting paid whether you pay me or not. Network. That would be me. Okay, So Robin, next time y'all get an opportunity to show up and show out on that show, you shows up whether they giving you a check or not, because guess what? You still getting a check. How about that? That's what you need. That's the long game thinking, right? And see, Stacy, somebody said it in the chat. Somebody said in the chat, Stacy's playing the long game, and I agree. So here's what she also said about Gizelle. She said Gizelle had the nerve to say that people shouldn't trust me around what their husbands and their children. And she says, but you've got your best friend kissing and doing God knows what else with one of your best friend's children, and I'm the one that can't be trusted. I said, ooh, 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 oh, oh, Stacy, baby. And to know that when she actually, she, I guess, maybe did an audition for her QBC, there was a woman who had sold millions on QVC with her own line. The lady saw Stacy's tape and wanted her personally to be her brand ambassador on QVC. So I just feel like, I mean, and you know what? And I think I love that Carlos gave her the advice of like, don't basically live in this moment and be who you are and still stay authentic and quirky and and don't let all of this go to your head. And I feel like if she just continues to do that, because what I do think is happening with Stacey is that she's getting even more and more comfortable, and you're starting to, the way she reads the girls in this interview, I thought it was interesting because we knew that she was close with Jazzy. Actually, Jazzy is introduced on this season as Stacey's friend. And Carlos mentions that it was allegedly a toss-up between Kay and Jazzy as to who was going to get the actual champagne flute for this season. And Stacey reveals that when she found out that Kay got, her spot, she called Kay and congratulated her. So she was super surprised when Kay came for her at the beginning of the season. And she says she doesn't understand what Kay's deal with her is. And she says that she never will. She's open to was that her name? Thank you so much, Leah. I appreciate you. Can I say, this is a good if you are a content creator on YouTube, go live. You know why? Because you can get immediate feedback. I would have had to wait until later for somebody to put it in the comments, and then I would have had to pin the comment, because I would have to let people know somebody knew. So thank you so much for actually telling us, putting it on in the chat so we would all be able to know. So thank you for that. I appreciate it so much. I really do. I love when y'all know something that I forget, because it helps me. It just makes the whole experience better. Okay, so that's that. Didn't she read her on the way out? I said, Lord have mercy. Do I think that Kay is coming back next season? I absolutely do. Oh yes, when they got into Kay and Greg, baby, because that is what led to this moment right here. When she says you want the person that you're with to want you. When Carlos asked about whether or not she thought that Greg and Kay would go the distance or get engaged or something like that. And Stacy thought for a minute, and that was her response. And her and Carlos went back and forth in that moment. There are so many moments that are meme worthy that when you watch this, you're just going to be, it's an hour of joy. It really is. It's just joy. It's pure joy. I just can't. I cannot give you anything else outside of that, other than to watch both of these videos. I have linked both in the description of this video, and also to go and download Drew's song, because honestly, it's super good. Y'all, let me tell you, won't it? A joyous occasion. It was just a joyous occasion. It's like pre-holiday, like, I mean, this was like your pre-holiday warm-up. You know what I'm saying? Give you some. This is a very good evening watch for you guys. Watch it over dinner, watch both of them over, wrapping some gifts. I'm about to go wrap some gifts now. Just enjoy the content. Um, okay, so can I tell y'all a secret? Something I did today. Okay. I can't I cannot drop it until like the 29th. But I did talk to some people from the Mary documentary today. So that'll be out around the 30th, I think. So be on the look. I've been working today, y'all. I have been working hard today. Okay. Um, so yeah, be on the lookout for that. What else is going on? What else can your holiday viewing? Um, Let me see if there's anything else I forgot. Hold on, y'all. Stand by. Don't leave yet. I know some of y'all be fast. Y'all will click up out of here in a minute. I just want to make sure there's no extra tea out there. Ooh. Here we go. I knew it was some tea. Stand by. Stand by your man. Stand by. I got some tea. Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord. I don't know where to begin. All right, we'll just talk about this real quick because the other one I ain't really interested. Um, mm, 1 second, y'all. Bear with me. Station break. Shout out to our friends over at the Bravo Shade Room. Y'all know Kelly and this man, I don't know that they will ever be done going back and forth, and with all of the things. Y'all know he filed a suit against Kelly. Um, he wanted more visitation with the kids and the children, and had alleged that Kelly was basically refusing to allow him to exercise his court order visitation since their divorce 1 year ago. So, with that in mind, now he has been jailed over unpaid child support in arrears totaling 61,000, and ruled that his failure to pay was willful. Now, I could have swore when we first heard about this, I could have swore it was stated that he was not earning any income. But at the end of the day, what we do know is this: he's been taken into custody until he pays $31,000 of it. Okay. Um, and then $1,000 per month to Kelly until the balance is paid off. Then he's also ordered to continue paying his $3,991 per month in child support. Now, his rep is saying that Mark identified and offered immediate access to 74,000 in escrow funds from the sale of his home to satisfy the obligation. Oh, this is too deep for me. Ooh, y'all know what? I take it back. I take it back. I take it back. Y'all know what? Mm-mm. 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 I refuse. Mm-mm. Y'all know what? You ever been on your job and at work and doing something, and then you encountered something that you said, you know what? I'm clocking out. No, no, you can't schedule that meeting for me. It's 4:49, and you're trying to schedule a meeting right now, and I'm gonna be off the clock soon. So you know what? As I dove into the reading of that story, I just decided, you know what? Not today. So my apologies for that. Actually, no, I'm not gonna apologize. I have just changed my mind. So with that being said, um, you know what? I, I mm,
Mm. Mm.
you know that's just how I feel. I mean, this is literally in my mind how I feel at this moment.
Mm. Mhm. Mm.
Yep.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So with that being said, y'all, I'm hopping out of here. I got Christmas presents to wrap. I just don't even feel like going down that rabbit hole. With that being said, I love y'all, and I will catch y'all in the next video. How about that?